create this kind of text effect, we are going to use Alight Motion. So first you have to create a new project, and after that click on the plus icon. Here select text, and now you have to add your text. After that I'll change the color of the text to white, and I'll also change the font. There are already few pre-installed fonts in Alight Motion, but you can also import your own font. You have to click on view all fonts, and from here you can import. If you want to use the font which I am using here, you can check the description for download link. After changing the font, you have to increase the size of the text. And now you have to hold this green circle and keep it at the end of the text. Make sure that there is not too much gap between the last letter and the circle. It will help us to keep the text at the center. Now select move and transform and move the text to the center. I will keep the duration of this text around 1 second, so I'll delete the extra part. Now we have to add an effect to this layer, so select the layer and select effects. Here click on add effects and select text. Here you can find an effect called text transform. You can make so many text effects using this one single effect, but we're going to cover only one in this video. Now here you have to scroll down and find component. Make sure it is selected as letter. We are selecting letter because we want the letters to disappear one by one. Now you have to scroll down and find alpha. Here you have to decrease the alpha to -1. This is basically the transparency of the layer. The text will disappear if you keep the alpha -1. Now come here at the top, and under range you can find start. If I increase this, you can see that the letters are appearing one by one. We have to add 2 keyframes so that the value increases from 0 to 100. So make it 0 and then add a keyframe here. Now keep this keyframe at the start. Now add another keyframe and increase the value to 100. Now keep this keyframe at the end. So in this way you can get the animation where the text are coming one by one. But we actually want 3 or 4 texts to appear at the same time. So for that you have to scroll down and find an option called overlap. Increase the overlap to around 500%. Now as you can see here, 3 or 4 letters are coming at the same time. So this is how the in animation will look. Now we have to make a out animation, and for that you have to close this and come at the end of the project. Here select the layer, and from here select copy layer. After that again select that and select paste layer. Now you will get a copy of that layer. Now select the second layer and go to effects. Here open the settings of this effect and make sure you have selected start. Now go to the first keyframe using this arrow. Now after coming to the first keyframe, you have to hold this keyframe. You will get an option to delete all the keyframes, so you have to select delete to delete all the keyframes. Also make sure that this is at 0%. We have to make an animation where the letters disappears from the start, so for that you have to select end and take it to 0%. Now add a keyframe here. Now keep this keyframe at the start. Now change the end to 100%, and you have to add another keyframe at this point. Now take this keyframe at the end. So from 0 it is increasing to 100. And this is how you get the animation where the letters are disappearing from the start. Now move this layer few frames to the left side. So this is how the whole animation will look. Now if you want to increase or decrease the duration, you can select both these layers, and then you have to group them by clicking on this icon here at the top. After that select the group and click here, and from here you can increase or decrease the speed of this clip. If you decrease the speed, the duration will increase, and if you increase the speed, the duration will decrease. You can actually use this in your other videos also. You don't have to make it from scratch. So you simply need to select the group and select copy layer. After that open the project where you want to use it. Here select paste layer. Now as you can see, it is not at the center because of different resolutions, but we can move it later using move and transform. For now select the group and select edit group. Now there are two text, you have to select the first one. Here select edit text. You can add any text you want here. After adding the text, make sure you move this green ball and keep it right after the last letter. After adding the text, select move and transform, and from here you have to keep it at the center. Now select the second layer and go to effects. Here you have to copy the effect. This is the effect where the text is disappearing from the start. Now you have to delete this layer and select the first layer, and from here select copy layer and then again select paste layer. Now select the second layer and go to effects. Here delete this effect and paste the second effect which have an animation of disappearing from the start. So this is how you can copy the group and paste it wherever you want. You don't have to make the text effect every time from scratch. And also don't forget to move the layer to the center. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.